Chopper up the middle, over his Banashevsky, and he trips over his second base, and he has no play. So a leadoff single by Hebner gets things going here in Game 2 between the Cardinals and Concordia, the regular season champions here in 2023, and your LTU Blue Devils. And for the moment, since the Cardinals knocked one Game 1 by a dominant fashion of 12-4, LTU has been eliminated from contention of the WAC tournament of this upcoming week. Aaron West fouls off that first pitch. Shows bunt, gets it down. They have a play at second. There's one. Relay to first is not going to be in time. So good awareness there by Sam DeKuyper, starting on the mound here in Game 2 for LTU to get the out at second. Very versatile player. Has played a lot of outfield. Came over as a two-way player, outfield and pitcher. Has had time over at third base a bit. And for DeKuyper, he is making his sixth start this year. Has made 9 appearances. And an ERA of almost 6, a 2-1 record, and over 31 innings pitched. Deals to Fleming, and that one's up and in and gets to the backstop. Runner moves up to second. That takes away the double play chance. A wild pitch. One 0. 2-0 now. Last game of the year for basically both these squads in conference play. 3-0 now to Fleming. Last set of home games for the seniors here on Lawrence Tech. LTU Sports Network here. John Stowe for Game 2. And that's a 4-pitch walk for Fleming. That puts two runners on. Sets the stage for Jimmy Russell, the catcher here. Zachary Johnson, the head coach for Concordia, electing to still go with his main starters to finish out this last conference game. Not before they have one more tough matchup upcoming, an exposition game against Eastern Michigan University. That ought to be fun to watch. Off speed is down low, blocked there by Earhart to Russell. Strike in there at the knees. One and one. Big lead off at second, 1-1. There's a fly ball. Deep in the left center. Back goes Olson. He's on the track, and it's off the wall. They're going to wave home West, and he's going to score, and the Cardinals strike first here in Game 2. An RBI double by Jimmy Russell. Now Jordan Sherman. Tyler Russell takes over at second base to run. First and third infielders are in for Lawrence Tech. First pitch swing, a snare. A look back to the runner. Great play made by Logan Walker. And there's 2 outs. The snare, then the look back. And he records the out at first. 2 away now with runners at first and at second and third. Now Caleb Hardman. First pitch strike in the outside corner with the fastball. 38 hits given up by DeKuyper and 21 earned runs, has walked 16 but has struck out 20. Foul tipped, and now DeKuyper's ahead 0-2. 1 run in on 2 hits. Oh, 2. 1-2 now. Off-speed chopper down the line, picked there by Wakowiak, and he's going to win the race to the bag. And 2 runners are left stranded. 1 run does come across. Concordia leads it 1-0. We go to the bottom of the first. Bottom of the first inning, LTU trails by 1. The Cardinals are on top right now, 1-0. Joel Sternman's going to lead things off. Center fielder. Starting pitcher for the Cardinals is Mackenzie Martin. This is down low. Martin, a junior left-hander, is making his 3rd start of the year, has made total of 6 appearances. Record of 0-1, and does have a save this year in 6 1/3 innings pitched. That's a slicer into the gap. Over comes Hardman, and he makes the play, so 2 pitches and 1 out. Martin is from Dexter, Michigan. He is a transfer, though, out of Kellogg Community College near the west side of the state. So another transfer pickup made by Zachary Johnson and his recruiting staff. And here's Nick Allen, one of the seniors, designated hitter, hitting the 2 spot. Looks at a ball outside. Allen had 1 at-bat, had 2 at-bats, and struck out and flew out. 1-0. Shows bunt. Looks at a strike, disagrees. 1-1 now. Swung on and missed for the off-speed. 1-2 now on Allen. Allen now hitting .273 this year in a total of 11 at-bats and 3 hits. A little floater in the right, and that's going to drop in for a base hit. So Nick Allen with a 1-out single here in the first. Just stuck the bat out there, just served it into right. Nothing too crazy. Sets the stage for Nick Olson. Had a couple of hits and a couple of RBIs. One of those being a 2-run home run back in the first inning of Game 1. Looks at a strike at the knees. Martin, over the 6 and a third innings pitch, has given up 16 hits, 8 earned runs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts, bringing in a total ERA of over 11. A bit jam shot, and that's going to fall in. Allen is going to hold up at second, so back-to-back soft singles. And there's 2 runners aboard with 1 out. First and second now for Jake Yanessa. That one's in the dirt, gobbled up there by Russell. A quick check-in across the league as we finish out the final day of conference games. The Grey Wolves of Lords are leading Madonna 5-3 in the bottom of the 4th right now. Madonna has already won 3 out of 4 against Lords over there in Sylvania, Ohio. Indiana Tech is leading 2-1 over Cleary in Game 2. Allen is caught in the middle. Martin steps off. Now in a bit of a pickle. And he's going to avoid the tag, but they're going to call him out of the baseline. The call is out of the baseline. And we're going to get more arguments here. Stan Eldridge coming out and talking with the home plate umpire. And now he's going to talk to the field umpire and made the call. It seemed... And now he's going to get full discussion here. This could be interesting because more than definitely Allen avoided the tag. But for a judgment of how far out of the baseline he can go, that is a judgment up to the field umpire. And it's confirmed that Allen is out, and there's 2 gone. Allen trying to be aggressive. So that's going to go down as 1-6-5. 1-6-5-4. And then out calling on the baseline. So 2 outs, runners at first, a 1-0 count to Yanessa. A ground ball in the hole, and that gets through for a base hit. 3rd hit of the inning. And again, there's runners at first and second. Two down now for Wachovia as we check more across the league. Rochester, who had gotten their 2nd win of conference play, are now leading Siena Heights 4-2 in the bottom of the 3rd over there in Adrian. And Northwestern Ohio leading 3-1 at the top of the 4th in Grand Rapids against Aquinas. Swinging away as Wachovia cuts right through it, 0-1. Rochester trying to finish their season on a high note, trying to split that 4-game series against Siena Heights. And Northwestern Ohio trying to stop their losing streak of 6 straight. That's a rope into center field, and that's a base hit. They're going to wave home Olsen. Relay for the plate is late. Olsen scores an RBI single by Wachovia, and we're tied at 1. First and third now with 2 outs. It's going to bring up Trent Reed. Check on the runner at first. Martin did not pick off that many times when the first set of runners were on. The starting rotation for the Cardinals have done very good work of keeping the runners nearby. Ball low to Reed. Game 2, this will be a 9-inning game. That's a rope. That's deep in the left center. All the way back. And kiss it goodbye. Trent Reed, his second home run of the series. This is a 3-run shot. And the Blue Devils are on top, 4-1. And for the second straight game, a home run for LTU has put him on top and given the lead. And for the Blue Devils, this has been their biggest lead of this 4-game series. Now Jason Earhart looks at a strike in the outside corner. Earhart has hit the ball hard in all of his at-bats here today. And down the count 0-2. 0-2. Up the middle, got for the legs and into center field for a base hit. Earhart with an 0-2 pitch has a 2-out single. Six hits here in this first inning. Timeout's called as Jimmy Russell is going to talk to his pitcher. But a great first inning start right here, the biggest lead of this series. All this coming with 2 outs. Four consecutive hits with 2 outs. And they're looking for more. Now Logan Walker at the plate. Swinging away, and he fouls it back. Action in the Cardinal bullpen. Zachary Johnson going with his main starters in terms of position-wise in the lineup, but in terms of the pitching staff, wanting to give his main starters the day off. Chop foul, 0-2 now on Walker. Kellen Harding is pinch running at first. Oh, 2. Another foul. Another 0-2 pitch from Martin. That one just missed outside. Tried to paint the fastball, and he missed away. 1-2 now. One, two. Chopper to third. West. Long throw, and he gets it there in time. Not before. LTU bats around a bit. 4 runs come across on 6 hits. We go to the second inning. Blue Devils on top 4-1. Blue Devils with their biggest lead of the day so far, up by 3 runs after a 6-hit parade in the first inning. Sam DeKuyper with the lead. He's back to work. Gier deals to Jared Batanian. Batanian had a home run back in game 1. Swings away early, comes up empty, 0-1. Got a quick check across the league. The only score change is that Rochester has extended their lead to 5-3. That's in the top of the 4th. Up the middle, and that's a base hit. So a leadoff single by Batanian, and that starts it for the Cardinals. This hitting lineup does not go away that easily. So runner at first now. That's going to bring up John Markowitz, a senior infielder. He came in place of Kolowski, and back in game 1, had one at bat, reached on an error. Check on the runner at first. In the top of the 5th over in Ohio, but down it makes things a little bit closer, 5-4. That one misses high, 2-0 to Markowitz. Strike in the outside corner, 2-1. Check on Batanian, and he's back in there. All the other games have moved basically far along, way ahead of these 2 games. Another check over there. The first game kind of started a little bit later because of the field conditions. Had to make sure that everything was in safety of the players. 2-1. Inside, 3-1. That's low for ball 4, so a single and a walk. Set the stage for the Cardinals here in the 2nd inning. Now A.J. Brazelton. Off speed misses down low for ball 1. Hits the corner, 1-1. Curveball on the corner, 1-2. Another one. Chopped to second. They go second for 1. Relay to first. He got it for the double play. Beautifully turned by Banashevsky and Reed. And there's 2 outs. Top of the order now for Hebner. Batanian to third. Four, 6-3 in the put out. Strike on the corner. Banashevsky definitely got a friendly hop it hit the lip of the grass and got chest high to him, and then an easy feed over to Reed. On the corner, 0-2. Hebner had an infield single in his first at bat. 0-2. 1-2 now. The 1-2 pitch. Coming in, Banashevsky. And that leaves the runner at third base, so double play into the ground ball. It maintains a 4-1 lead for Lawrence Tech. Four to one. LTU is on top. We are into the bottom of the second inning. Kellen Banashevsky is going to lead things off. Banashevsky hits second in game one. Is moved down to the 9th spot, but still a very productive hitter no matter where he is in the lineup. Looks at a called strike in the corner by Mackenzie Martin. Martin back out there after giving up 6 hits and 4 runs in the first inning. That's into the hole, and that's a base hit. The 7th hit, and we're only in the second inning as Banashevsky is a leadoff single. Now top of the order for Sterneman. He flied out to left his last time up. Shows bunt. Bunts it down right in front of the plate. Wrestle. Throws him out at first. Banashevsky moves up to second on the sacrifice. Two, three on the put out by Jimmy Wrestle. Bit of a check across the league. The Rochester-Siena Heights game is in a rain delay right now. Scores 5-3 in favor of the Warriors in the bottom of the 4th. Rochester's trying to win two consecutive games to end the year and get 3 wins overall in the season. Swing and a miss on the off speed by Allen. Nick Allen had a base hit in the right in his last at bat. Then when he moved up to second, he got caught on a rundown and was called out of the baseline. Swing on miss. 0-2 now. And another update across. Lords is extending their lead. They are now leading 6-4 in the bottom of the 5th against Madonna after Madonna has won 3 out of 4 already in that 4-game series. 0-2. Outside, 1-2. And Indiana Tech maintains a 2-1 lead. That's in the bottom of the 5th inning over there in Howell, Michigan. And Northwestern Ohio maintains a 3-1 lead. That's in the bottom of the 5th in Grand Rapids against Aquinas. 1-2 from Martin. Inside. Allen said the pitch hit him. And now the home plate umpire is Russell's now arguing. And Allen is going to maintain at the plate. Whether it must have grazed the pan leg or not, it is a ball. So it's two balls and 2 strikes. Down low, full count. Wind is blowing out to right center field. 3-2. Swing and a miss. Dropped by Russell. Looks at runner back at second. Throws down in time to record the strikeout. And there's 2 gone. Two down, runner at second for Nick Olson. Olson had a single up the middle. Inside for ball 1. You would think as this game goes along for Zachary Johnson, he wants to test out more of his guys on his bench to really make sure he has very solid substitutes in case of anything that happens in the tournament or in the final game against Eastern Michigan. On the corner, 1-1. And for Stan Eldridge, just wanting to end the season on a high note. And regardless of what happens, they will finish with a winning record in conference play. The overall record will be just under 500. 1-1. Down low, 2-1. Definitely a lot to learn from this year. And one thing's for sure, the pitching was not there this year. It was a lot of inconsistencies, a few injuries here and there. Just trying to put some pieces together in which were lost last year. Lost some pitching, lost some infielders, lost a couple of key hitters. It's all just a learning process. A pickoff play at second, and Badashevsky gets back in there. And definitely a jiggle around of the preseason polls is this team was picked to finish second this year based on the finish, the second place finish of last year. Outside, 3 balls and 1 strike on Nick Olson. And there will be a lot of talent that are going to leave this great program. Jay Gallant, starting pitcher. Jackson Wikowiak, longtime first baseman and lefty hitter. Alec Wietrzykowski, a longtime right-handed pitcher, a true leader of the starting rotation. Swing and a miss. A big hack there by Olson, and now it's a full count. Nick Allen, an infielder and pinch runner. Kellen Harding, a transfer first baseman and outfielder. Payoff to first. Gobbled there by Fleming. A race to the bag, and he's there. Martin was late getting there to the bag, and Nick Olson is aboard with 2 outs. Runners at the corners. That's going to go down as an error. Probably more so on Martin because he was late to get over there, but that is the disadvantage of a lefty. Falling off to the third base side and then has to really hustle to get over there. That ball came up on Drew Fleming, got away from him just not far enough, but Martin was late getting over there, and now first and third, 2 outs, Jake Yanessa. Yanessa had a single. That's a rope. Down the left field line, it's a fair ball. One run is in. Olson's going to make the turn and go for third. And he's going to make it. And right behind him into second is Jake Ganessa with an RBI double. And it's 5-1. Two outs. Runners at second and third. Now Jackson Makoviak. He had a single as well. Singles aplenty. Two singles and a home run, and then another single. All of that coming with two outs back in the first inning. This LTU offense has scored a lot of runs this year, a lot of double-digit runs, especially in the early innings. Swinging away. That's shallow. The short. Markowitz makes the catch. And that's going to end the inning. Not before another run comes across. It's now 5-1. LTU going into the third inning. Five to one, LTU up by 4 as we're into the third inning here. Sam DeKuyper back to work. Facing off against Aaron West, the third baseman. Swings away the first pitch, sends it into center field. Sterneman coming in. And there's the first out of the inning on one pitch. Now, Drew Fleming, he walked in his first at bat. Fleming has had himself a good series, hitting 3 home runs and has locked down a couple of saves yesterday. Big swing there by Fleming. He wanted to launch that one over the scoreboard. 1-1. Another big swing. That's a pop-up. Wakoviak doesn't see it. In comes Yanessa in right. And there's 2 outs. So 2 outs on 2 flyouts, and it's going to bring up Tyler Russell. Jimmy Russell, rather. Strike at the knees. Russell had a double in his last at bat. That off-speed misses high for ball 1. 1-1 now. Foul straight back, 1-2. DeKuyper looking very efficient in this inning of work. 1-2. 2-2. Full count now. Payoff. The short. Right there is Reed. And a 1-2-3 inning put up by Sam DeKuyper. LTU with the lead. Thus far, we go to the bottom of the third, 5-1. New pitcher for the Cardinals is Jack Verba, a freshman right-hander. He has made one start this year and went 4 innings, giving up 3 hits and struck out only 2. Deals low to Trent Reed, who has the big hit in this game, the 3-run home run back in the first inning. One 0. 2-0 now. Reed has 2 home runs in this series. And a couple of other hits along the way trying to reach base. Three 0 now. Verba is a freshman right-hander, 6'2", 190, out of Homer Glen, Illinois, and went to Lockport High School. And that's a 4-pitch walk. Reed is aboard to start this third inning. So Mackenzie Martin goes 2 full innings, giving up five runs on 8 hits. Runner at first, opening out for Jason Earhart. He singled in his last at bat. Outside for ball one. So 5 pitches in, and Verba has not found yet found the strike zone. One 0. 2-0 now. Quick update across the league. The Rochester Siena Heights game has now resumed, and Siena Heights has made things closer. It's now 5-4 with the Warriors still leading. The Racers of Northwestern Ohio have extended their lead. It's now 5-1 in the bottom of the 6th in Grand Rapids. 2-0 pitch. 3-0 now, so 8 pitches, or 7 pitches rather, and back-to-back 3-0 counts. Shows bunt, and it's low and inside, so back-to-back 4-pitch walks. And now 8 pitches and 8 balls for Verba. And a quick discussion. Kellen Harding is going to courtesy run for Jason Earhart. Lords has a 6-4 lead over Madonna. That game is into the 7th inning. And in the bottom of the 6th, over in Howell, Michigan, Indiana Tech still maintains a 2-1 lead over Cleary. Indiana Tech won game 1 by a final of 4-0. So they look to win that series after splitting yesterday with Cleary, as those two are in a battle for 4th place. Quick mound visit via the pitching coach. And now we're going to get there's a lot of discussions going on around here, and now the trainer's going to come out. Seemed to be something. And Zachary Johnson, who came out, he took the ball in the glove off the hands of Verba. Appears to be something with the pitching arm. Brief timeout here. Now looking over to the. This is almost like a full examination. Two runners are aboard with nobody out on back-to-back walks, and all of them were 4 pitch walks. Discussions continue. One run on 3 hits for the Cardinals so far, and 5 runs on 8 hits for LTU. We're in the 3rd inning of Game 2. This will be a 9-inning game. And Zachary Johnson has made the signal to the bullpen. It appears that Jack Verba's day is done, so he comes in, throws 8 pitches, and none of them have reached the strike zone. And after all the examinations, he is coming out. So we're going to step aside for this pitching change. We'll be right back. So we're back live after the pitching change and after all the discussion. Kyle Winslow is going to take over on the hill, the lefty sophomore. 6'2", 220 out of Durand, Michigan. Also a transfer out of Kellogg Community College. Shows bunt is Walker, and he bunts it foul. Reed at second and Harding at first after back-to-back walks. Jack Verba is responsible for the two runners rather. Now timeout's called again. Winslow is making his 8th appearance. He's pitched 8 innings total, 14 hits given up, 7 earned runs, has walked 7 and struck out 10, and a total ERA of 7.88. Outside, 1-1. This is a prime opportunity in which, with a lead, Stan Eldridge is going to go to his playbook and try to really stir the defense. Walker showing bunt, pulls back, pops it up into right. Battani doesn't see it. Now he does, and he backpedals, makes the catch. Tagging and going to third is Reed, and he's going to make it there. So the sacrifice moves up Reed 90 feet, and there's one out. Runners at the corners. One out now for Banashevsky. He singled in his last at bat and came around to score on the single by Yanessa back in the second inning. LT looking to add on here. That one gets away. Here comes Reed to the plate. And he scores, and it's now 6-1. Wild pitch by Winslow. Harding moves up to second. LTU now up by 5. So after all the free passes that the pitching staff of the Blue Devils gave the Cardinals, now LTU catches a break. Fouled at the plate, 1-1 now on Banashevsky. Quick check across the lead. Madonna has now taken the lead over Lords. It is 7-6 in the bottom of the 7th inning over there, and Cleary has tied the game against Indiana Tech 2-2. Swing and a miss. 1-2 now on Banashevsky. And also, Siena Heights has tied their game against Rochester. It is 5-5 in the top of the 6th over there in Adrian. So a lot of close action happening on this last day of conference play. 1-2. A chopper. It's going to be a tough play. Winslow off the mound. Throw to first is in time. Banashevsky thought he'd beat it out. Harding moves up to third. Two outs now, runner at third for Joel Sterneman. It was going to be a tough play because Winslow had to really turn around to make a play. Inside, nearly got away. To second, right there is Sherman. And that retires the side, but another run is across for LTU. They lead it now by 5. Top of the fourth inning, LTU with a 5-run lead over the Cardinals, the regular season champions, for the first time in the history of their program. Sam DeKuyper back to work. Delivers a strike to Jordan Sherman, the second baseman. That one's up the middle, and it's out of the reach. Leadoff single by Sherman starts things for the Cardinals. That's the fourth hit for Concordia as we're into the fourth inning. Now Caleb Hartman. Hartman grounded out to first in his last at bat. Quick check on the runner. That one just missed for ball one. Two and 0 now. Another quick check on the runner at first. 6 runs on 8 hits total for LTU through 3 total innings of play. That one's a fly ball down the left field line into foul territory, and it's into the bullpen. 2-1. High and tight, 3-1. Another foul is a full count. Another quick check. Sherman's back in there. Payoff pitch. Just missed. Ball 4. So a single and a walk puts 2 runners aboard for Jared Batanian. Second walk for DeKuyper in this start. Swinging away. That's into the gap. That's it well. And that one is off the top of the wall. No signal by the umpires. 2 runs are going to score. Zachary Johnston is arguing that it went out. And it almost looks like from here that it did. There's a screen back there that's connected to the scoreboard. And this could be a discussion. It is now 6-3. And they will call it a home run. Jared Batanian, his second home run today. And it's now 6-4, a 2-run game. That was a line drive hit by Batanian. So the Cardinals are not going away easy. They want to win as much as they can throughout the end of this season. Still nobody out. Popped up. Foul territory. And that one gets out of play by Markowitz. 0-1. Curveball misses outside. 1-1. A line drive into center field. In comes Sterneman. Makes the diving grab. Joel Sterneman records the first out here in this fourth inning. These Cardinal hitters are not going away quietly. They know how to put the ball in play as to the reason they have won 40-plus games this year. One out now for Brazelton. He grounded out to short in his first at bat. Curveball, liner to short, and right there is Reed. So after the home run, DeKuyper is able to get a fly out and a line out. Now 4 runs on 5 hits total for the Cardinals here today. Top of the order now, Kyle Hebner. Hebner has an infield single and has grounded out. 1-0. On the corner, 1-1. Ground ball to third. Diving stop by Walker. Has to get up a long throw. And he just got him. What a play by Logan Walker to end the inning. It is a 2-run game now. 6-4 LTU leads. So now this game is getting even closer. 6-4 now. LTU still maintains the lead. Kyle Winslow back to work for the Cardinals here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Nick Allen leads things off. This is down low for ball 1. Allen has singled and struck out in 2 at-bats. As we keep an update across the league, Siena Heights has taken the lead over Rochester. That's in the 6th inning. 6-5 is the score. Down low, 2-0 now. The Indiana Tech Cleary game remains tied at 2 apiece. That's in the 8th inning. And also in the 8th inning, Madonna maintains a 7-6 lead over Lords. That's in the hole and out of the reach of Markowitz. And so Nick Allen has 2 hits today in his last set of home games. The score is 5-2 over in Grand Rapids in the bottom of the 7th between the Racers and the Saints. Northwestern Ohio trying to stop a 6-game losing streak to maintain a third-place spot after they were in the first-place spot for a majority of the season. Runner at first, nobody out, Nick Olson. Check over on Allen. Nick Allen is 3 of 4 in stolen base attempts. Front door Bender is in there for a strike, 0-1. That one is a missile and a diving catch made by Markowitz. What a play at the middle by the senior infielder. Olsen hit that one on the screws. Winslow had a duck out of the way, and it's 1 out. One out now for Yanessa. Looks at a strike in the corner. Yanessa has 2 hits, a single and a double. That brought in a run back in the second inning. That one's inside in the dirt. 1-1. Check over at first. Runner goes. It's outside and gets to the backstop. And Allen has no further advancement. So that will go down as a stolen base. And now he is in scoring position. Count is 2-1 on Jake Yanessa. Two one. Inside, and it did get him on the leg. And so Yanessa is hit by the pitch, and he will go down to first. 2 runners are aboard with 1 out. First and second, 1 out for Jackson Makoviak. He has singled, and he has popped out to short. Trying to give LTU a little bit more cushion as we're about halfway through this 9-inning game, almost. Ground ball to second. Sherman has a bit of a trouble with the handle, and everybody's going to be safe. Bases are loaded. That's an error on Sherman. The second error of this game for the Cardinals. Nick Allen to third, Yanessa to second. Makoviak reaches. That brings up Trent Reed. Reed had a 3-run homer. He has walked and came around to score back in the third inning. Strike on the corner. Outside, 1-1. That is the 9th error on Jordan Sherman this year. That one's fouled away. 1-2 on Reed. Quick update. Siena Heights has added on some more runs. They now lead 8-5 in the bottom of the sixth against Rochester. All the other scores remain the same. 1-2. That one's popped up on the infield. The infield fly rule is in effect, and they're going to let the ball drop. Meanwhile, Allen's trying to take advantage, and he's going to be tagged out. There's a lot of confusion out in the field. Meanwhile, Wakowiak and Yanessa are going to keep on running. And now we got even more arguments. So apparently the call of the field is the infant fly rule was in effect. Then when the ball dropped, San Elgin just got to argue this because the ball was not caught. When it lands, then the ball is considered still in play. The batter is out on the infield fly, but that rule is out of protection for the base runners. So after a wild ending to that, we go to the fifth inning here at Jimmy John's. So after a very confusing into the bottom half of the fourth, LTU does not score. They still have a 2-run lead, 6-4 now. We go into the top of the fifth inning. We're about halfway through this 9-inning game. Joel Sterneman takes over on the mound. Sam DeKuyper moves out to center field. Sterneman coming in with an ERA of 4.50 this year. Swing and a miss by Aaron West, 0-1. Sterneman has a 3-1 record. This is his 9th appearance. He's pitched a total of 12 innings, giving up 10 hits, 6 earned runs, and struck out 7. That was a strike in the outside corner, and he has also walked 7 along the way. He has been a very huge piece of the two-way versatility when it comes to pitching this entire season. 0-2. Fouled away. Maintains the 2-strike count. And it's games like this in which Stan Eldridge uses the versatility of his two-way players, that being DeKuyper, Sterneman, and also Jake Yanessa. It was that combination, and also Trent Reed along the way as well. Another 0-2. Another foul. And what probably landed them the biggest win of the season so far when they were down in Florida And it was that combination of 4 pitchers in which they knocked off the number 9 ranked team in the NAI in Weber International. Another 0-2. That one is in the left center. In comes Olsen to make the grab, and there's one gone. Sam DeKuyper started that game, and then Sterneman, Yanessa, and Reed came in relief to seal the deal. And that was the biggest win of that Florida road trip. One out now for Drew Fleming, rather. Fleming has walked and he has flied out in 2 at bats. High and away for ball 1. Meanwhile, across the league, Madonna has extended their lead to 8-6, and that game is in the 9th inning over there in Sylvania. That one is hammered, tomahawked, but that's going to be way down the line and foul. Fleming was bidding for his 20th of the year. And he's got that kind of power. And this is a rather small ballpark down the lines. To deep center, it's 395. The wind is blowing out to right center. 1-1. That one's popped up into right. In comes Yanessa, shading his eyes a bit, but he makes the grab. 2 gone. Now Jimmy Russell. Meanwhile, also across the league, the Indiana Tech Cleary game, that remains tied at 2-2. That one's also in the 9th inning. Ball 1 to Russell. That one's foul. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Lazy swing by Russell, and Sterneman is ahead in the count, 1-2. One-two pitch. Tailing fastball is outside. 2-2. Down low, full count. So DeKuyper going 4 innings, giving up 3 runs and 5 hits total. Payoff pitch. Down low, and ball 4. So 2-out walk. That's going to bring up Jordan Sherman. Sherman has grounded out, and he has singled. Now Tyler Russell taking over in place of his brother at first base. That one's a fly ball on the left. Olsen broke back. Now he's coming in, and he makes the grab. So the 2-out walk is stranded at first base. LTU maintains the 2-run lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Jason Earhart's going to lead things off. And quick update across the league. Madonna has added on more runs. They now lead 10-6 over Lords. Madonna trying to sweep the 4-game series against the Grey Wolves. Osping misses inside from Winslow. Strike on the corner, 1-1. So after all the confusion that happened with the infield fly rule a couple innings ago, it was a late call, and then when the ball dropped, Nick Allen was basically hung up to dry. So that was a rather late call made and a bad call at worst. But for the moment, LTU still maintains the 6-4 lead. Inside, 2-1. Correction, 3-1 the count. Swing up the middle. Ranging, snared there by Markowitz. Long throw is not going to be in time. So an infield hit by Earhart, and he's aboard. Second hit for Earhart. And Johnny Markowitz up the middle, just coming in, getting the start. He has made some really great plays and shown tremendous effort. So now Kellen Harding's going to come on to courtesy run. Going to bring up Logan Walker. Walker has grounded out and he has flied out. Outside for ball one. The Crusaders have kept on adding runs. They have a big ninth inning. They now lead at 12-6 against Lords. Ground ball, third foul. 1-1. So Madonna will more than likely sustain and maintain their second place spot in the standings. So they will be the number 2 seed, and they will be able to host going into the tournament. 1-1, and they check on the runner. Harding was leaning a bit. A two-run game. 6 runs on 10 hits for LTU and 4 runs on 5 hits for the Cardinals. Showing bunt, pulls back, and that was way outside. 2 balls and a strike on Walker. Another check over at first. Two one. In the left center field, going back is Brazelton. He'll make the grab, and there's 1 out. One out now for Banashevsky. He has a single, and he is rounded out. Outside for ball 1. Another check over there at first. Nobody else warming up in the Cardinal bullpen, so they're looking to ride on Winslow for as long as they can to maintain this 2-run deficit. Zachary Johnson not going to his bench that much. Runner goes. It's a modified hit and run, a late attempt, but the ball is dropped. That was a late break by Harding, as Banashevsky swung right through it. So the count is 1-1. And that's a stolen base as the ball was dropped out there by Sherman. We're in scoring position now with 1 out. In there for a strike. 1-2. Got in, but places it foul. That was a 3-iron shot down the line. So what turned out to be a very rainy morning has turned into a bright, sunny, but rather cool day here in Utica. The sun has been out for the majority of the day, and that has dried things up for the moment, so great things about that. 1-2. Outside, 2-2. Because not that often here in the state of Michigan we get this nice of weather, but with a little bit of compromise and coldness in terms of temperature-wise. But we'll take the sun any day. 2-2. That one is into right. In comes Batanian, and he makes the grab. Throw back in. Harding has no advancement. 2 outs now. So Sternman has been moved from center field to the pitching spot. So they do not take the DH role out. Allspeed is in there for a strike. Sternman has grounded out twice and has flied out in 3 at-bats. We're about to start the 4th time through the lineup, and we're only in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss. 0-2 on Sternman. Meanwhile, across the league, Lore's trying to make a comeback. They do have a run across. It's now 12-7. Indiana Tech and Cleary, that game is going into extra innings, still tied at 2 apiece. That one's sliced foul. Northwestern Ohio has a 5-2 lead into the top of the 9th inning against Aquinas. The Racers trying to end their conference play on a high note and stop a 6-game losing streak. Chopper to the right side. There is Sherman. Picked it up on a short hop, and that's going to retire the side. So no runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We go to the 6th inning. It is 6-4. Top of the sixth is still 6-4. LTU has a two-run lead going into the sixth inning. Joel Sermon back to work. Deals with Caleb Hardman. Swinging away. Ground ball to second. On a bounce. Banaszewski. One pitch and one out. One out now for Jarrett Batanian. Batanian had a 3-run home run that brought everything closer to this 2-run deficit we stand. Swinging away for the curveball. 0-1. A half swing. They do not appeal down to first. 1-1. Chopper to first, but it's going to go foul. 1-2 now. The Racers of Northwestern Ohio have added on another run in the top of the ninth. They now lead 6-2. Outside, 2-2 now. The Gray Wolves of Lourdes are trying to make a comeback. They now have an 8th run in the bottom of the 9th. Full count on Batanian. Payoff pitch. Just missed up. So 1 out walk for Batanian, and he's aboard. The second walk by Sterneman. Now it's going to bring up John Markowitz. Markowitz has walked and he has flied out to center. That one's foul down the line. Runner goes, shows bunt, throw down to second on a bounce, and it's just wide of the bag. There's a stolen base for Batanian. Count is 1-1. Meanwhile, the Gray Wolves are making things very interesting. It's now 12-10 in the bottom of the ninth over there in Sylvania. So that's definitely a game to look out for. That one is into the gap. Hit for a base hit. Around comes Batanian, and he's going to score, and it's a 1-run game. John Markowitz getting the start here in the last conference game of the season has made a huge impact both defensively and offensively. It's now 6-5. One out runner at first now for A.J. Brazelton. Ground ball to third and just over the head of Walker. So back-to-back singles has set the stage for the top of the order here. Now Kyle Hebner. It is now 7-2 in favor of the Racers over there in Grand Rapids in the top of the ninth of that game. So a lot of ninth inning action going on across the conference. Curveball is in there for a strike. 0-1. Fouled back 0-2 now. So now 5 runs on 7 hits for the Cardinals, 6 runs on 10 hits for LTU. This offensive game goes forward for the last conference games of the season. Here's an 0-2. In the dirt, gobbled up there by Earhart, 1-2. And another quick update. Indiana Tech has taken the lead in the top of the 10th. They now lead it 4-2 over Cleary. A 1-2 pitch from Sterneman. That one's into left. That one's down for a base hit. 1 run is in. They're going to hold up Brazelton. He runs right for the stop sign and gets by Reed. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. It is 7-6 here in the 6th inning. Hebner with the double. A.J. Brazelton ran right for the stop sign of Zachary Johnston, but the relay throw got away from Trent Reed. He was the cutoff man. And if he would have had that, Brazelton would have been dead to rights at the plate. Now Aaron West. Swinging away, fouls it straight back, 0-1. This Cardinals team does not quit one bit. 0-1. Another foul straight back, 0-2. Sternman has gone ahead of a lot of hitters, but this Cardinal team just continues to put the ball in play. Oh, 2. Popped up. Straight up. Earhart might have a play, and he hauls it in. And there's 2 outs. So now runner at second, 2 outs is going to bring up Drew Fleming. Another quick update across the conference. The final, Madonna has defeated Lords 12-10. That one's tying away for ball 1. So Madonna sweeps the 4-game series from Lords. That one's popped up. Straight up in the outfield. Yanessa's over to make the grab. Not before the Cardinals, the regular season champions, prove why they are the regular season champions by putting the ball in play, and they have taken the lead with 3 runs here in the 6th inning. So Sam DeKuyper is going to lead things off. So after the pitching change that was made a couple innings ago, the DH is out, and Sturdivant and DeKuyper will hit for themselves. Winslow misses outside for ball one, so a big turn of events. The Cardinals 3 runs in the 4th inning and 3 runs here in the 6th. A brand new ball game. They now lead 7-6. 2-0 now to DeKuyper. Chopped, foul. Indiana Tech has a 4-2 lead. That one game goes into the bottom of the 10th inning. After splitting yesterday between the two groups, Cleary had to walk it off in the first game in 8 innings. And then Indiana Tech took control in game 2. Now Indiana Tech trying to win 3 out of 4. Swung on and missed. 2-2 on DeKuyper. Rochester and Siena Heights, that game is into the 9th inning. Siena Heights with an 8-5 lead. Down low, full count. Rochester picked up the victory in game 1, so Siena Heights trying to take 3 out of 4. And also in the 9th inning, the Racers have a 7-2 lead over the Saints of Aquinas, trying to salvage 1 win out of a 4-game series and stop their 6-game losing streak. Payoff pitch. Outside, so leadoff walk. Good start for LTU here. Timeout is called. And Stan Upchurch is coming out. He's going to discuss it with. He's going to have a discussion with Nick Golson, and we're also bringing DeKuyper and also Jake Yanessa, who would be the next hitter on the on-deck circle. Not sure if this is going to be a play call of some kind, but if it involves Yanessa, basically trying to discuss a turn of events here. This is a manageable game right now. We're only into the 6th inning of a 9-inning game. Back and forth we go. Zachary Johnson, the head coach for Concordia, not letting up at all on his offense, keeping his main starters out there, but trying to work his bullpen and his entire pitching staff in there to get some work. Check over at first. Concordia has definitely conned a few breaks throughout this game. Inside for ball 1. One of those being last inning when A.J. Brazelton ran right for the stop sign, but the ball was mishandled by the cutoff man, and that allowed them to take the lead. Inside, 2-0. Update. Siena Heights does win 3 out of 4 games from Rochester. They finish the game 8-5. 2-0. At the knees, 2-1. So Siena Heights finishes the season with 9 wins overall. Rochester finishes with 2 wins in conference play. Osprey misses inside. 3-1 the count to Olson. And correction, those 9 wins are all in conference play for the Saints of Siena Heights. (3-1) way inside, and he gets to the backstop, but it's gonna be a walk regardless. So DeKuyper up to second. And Olson to first. Back-to-back walks starts the frame for LTU here with nobody out. Now, Jake Yanessa. Yanessa has been on base 3 times. A single, a double, and it was hit by a pitch. And we're going to get a pinch runner at first base. Trent Matthews off the bench is going to run for Olsen as we also get a mound visit from the pitching coach of Concordia. Steven Denson, the pitching coach, has made a variety of visits and has done some really great work with his pitching staff, especially the starters, and also the versatility of his closers, especially with Drew Fleming nailing down 2 saves of this series, giving him 4 total for the season. LTU trying to climb back into it, down by a run. The tying run at second. Go ahead run at first. Jake Yanessa looks at a ball low. Up the middle. That's a base hit. They're going to wave home to Kuiper. Throwing the plate. It gets away. The Kuiper scores, and the game is tied. Jake Yanessa with the RBI single, and we're knotted up at 7. Back and forth we go here at Jimmy John's final conference game of the season. And right as we end the month of April. Now Wakowiak down at the knees for a strike. He disagrees. 0-1. Still nobody out. A lean there, a pick-off attempt, but no throw. And the umpire signaling that's one attempt. There is a limit to the attempts made, especially if no throw has been made in terms of stepping off the rubber. Outside, 1-1. And a quick update, Indiana Tech has held on to defeat Cleary in 10 innings, 4-2. Showing bunt, he gets it down the first base line. Winslow has one play with the shovel, and he's called out. The runners move up. A bit of a drag bunt there, and a really good one put on by Wakowiak. There's one out, but both runners move up. So runners at second and third, one out. That's going to bring up Trent Reed. Reed has a 3-run homer back in the first inning. He walked and then popped up to an infield fly back in that crazy third inning. Popped up foul. 0-1. So Indiana Tech does sweep Cleary today. They win 3 out of 4 in that 4-game series. Down low. And they're going to call a balk. Winslow is called for the balk, and LTU takes the lead. Matthews scores. Yanessa moves up to third. It's now 8-7. The Blue Devils catch a break. And now another add-on run is 90 feet away. Swung on and missed. 0-2. That one's chopped. It's going to be a tough play. The only play is the first. And there's no advancement from third by Yanessa as the out's recorded. And there's 2 gone. It almost seemed like there was an opening at the plate. A very tight window as Russell vacated the home plate area. And there was nobody covering. So now 2 outs, runner at third for Jason Earhart. 2-3 on the putout. Strike on the first pitch. Earhart has 2 hits and a walk. Been on base 3 times. 0-1. Down low, 1-1. Inside, 2 balls and 1 strike. Two one. 3 balls and 1 strike. Eight runs and 11 hits total for LTU. 7 runs on 8 hits for the Cardinals. 3-1. Inside, he gets to the backstop. Here comes Yanessa trying to score, and he's in there. It is now 9-7. So after a 3-run inning by the Cardinals in the top half of the 6th, LTU responds with 3 here in the bottom of the 6th. And that's going to bring out Zachary Johnston. He's going to make a move to the bullpen. We'll be right back. We got a brand new ball game. LTU up back in front. LTU has made the comeback. They now have the 2-run lead again, 9-7. Back and forth we go in this 9-inning game 2. New pitcher is Riley O'Connell, the freshman right-hander out of Beaverton, Oregon. Showing bunt and pitch in the dirt, taken for a ball by Logan Walker. O'Connell has only pitched one inning this year, and in that one inning, he struck out 2 batters and has not surrendered a hit. So after all of that, trying to maintain it where it is. Another pitch in the dirt. Harding running for Earhart. So a run in on a single, a run in on a balk, and then a run in on a wild pitch has resulted in LTU's 3 runs here in the bottom half of this inning. 2-0. Inside, 3 balls and no strikes. Walker has flied out twice and has also grounded out. Outside for ball 4, so a 4-pitch walk for O'Connell. That's his first walk of the year. First base runner he's allowed. First and second with 2 outs. It's going to bring up Banaszewski. A single, a ground out, and a fly out for Banaszewski in 3 at-bats. At the knees for a strike. A half swing, and they do not appeal. 1-1 now. As this is the last game to basically keep on going, all the other games that have happened today have been final. Northwestern Ohio has stopped their losing streak. They won the final game 7-2. 1-1. Outside, and again, Russell has to smother it. So more than likely, Northwestern Ohio will maintain their 3rd place spot. Madonna secures their 2nd place spot. They will be the number 2 seed, and the Cardinals, winning the regular season, will be the number 1 seed going into the tournament. The other remaining spots are to be determined. That's a slicer into the gap, and it's going to get down for a base hit. Here comes Harding to the plate. Walker to third. He's going to hold up there. RBI single by Banaszewski, and it's 10-7. So after having the large lead of 4 runs, they are now back up by 3. Top of the order now, Joel Sterneman. Sterneman has flied out and grounded out 3 times. That one misses outside for ball 1. LTU looking to bat around here in this inning. Sam DeKuyper started this inning with a walk. He is on deck. Check on the runner at first. Another check. And they got him picked off. Banaszewski is picked off at first. Tom Compion arguing it over there. But for the moment, that ends the inning. LTU with a productive one. 4 runs. Able to make the comeback. They now lead it 10-7. We go to the 7th inning. LTU now has their second lead of the game as we're into the top of the 7th inning. Jake Yanessa is going to take over on the mound. Sam DeKuyper moves over to right field. Joel Sturman back out to center. Yanessa, his last appearance was this past weekend against Northwestern Ohio. He went 4 innings and picked up the win as that game went into extra innings in 10 innings. Delivers high to Jimmy Russell. Russell has doubled and walked and also grounded out. Foul ball at the plate. 1-1 now. Outside 2-1. In those 4 innings that Yanessa pitched, he gave up 6 hits, 3 earned runs, and walked 4 batters and struck out 3, and picked up the win as the offense able to come through in extra innings. Swing and a miss for the high fastball. 2-2 on Russell. Yanessa coming in with an ERA of 3.32, a 2-1 record. Is his 10th appearance, and he's pitched a total of 19 innings at this point in the season. 2-2. In there, called strike 3. First strikeout for Yanessa, and there's 1 away. And in those 19 innings pitched, he given up a total of 13 hits, 7 earned runs. He's walked 10, but has struck out 23. That's a fly ball in the center field. Drifting over is Sterneman, and he makes the grab. So next pitch by Sherman, and there's quickly 2 outs. So if everything goes as planned, Yanessa would probably ride the rest of this game into the 9th. Two down now for Caleb Hardman. Swinging away, a half swing. 0-1. Foul back, 0-2. Oh, 2. And that one's fouled away. Yanessa has definitely played a closer role, has an electric arm, a power fastball, and a wipeout slider. Has gotten some huge saves throughout his time as a pitcher. One of those came at Comerica Park against Saginaw Valley State. That was a big moment back in 2021. High and away, 1-2. That was a season back in 2021 in which we thought would never happen because all the limitations due to COVID, but we managed to get almost half a season in. 1-2. Another foul. And that was definitely an experience like no other, being at Comerica Park, inside the dugouts, and as close to the game it was. And then Yanessa came in and closed it in the 9th. Another 1-2. Slider, backdoor, got him, strike 3. That's a 1-2-3 inning put up by Jake Yanessa. We go to the bottom of the 7th. Bottom of the seventh inning here at Jimmy John's Field, a back-and-forth matchup between the regular season champion Cardinals of Concordia Ann Arbor and LTU, trying to end this season on a high note here. There's a fly ball deep in the right by Sturdivant, and that gets over the wall. Solo shot by Joel Sturdivant, his second of the year, and LTU extends. It's 11-7. First pitch swinging. Now the umpire moving over to the dugout. And now we're going to get some more discussions. The umpire is pointing to the backstop. There are seats underneath the stands here, and some members are allowed to sit behind home plate. But it appears that we have a bit of a fan issue, and now head coach Dan Eldridge is going to come over to a discussion. It almost appears that the umpire is going to throw somebody out. As back and forth we go. Sturdivant, his second home run of the season. His first one came all the way back early on within the Florida trip. That was a line drive that just got over the wall and right. And that is the first run that's been given up by Riley O'Connell in his short career here at Concordia. So now here's Sandy Kuiper. That pitch goes over the head of the Kuiper. Just one got away. This is the top of the lineup that's coming through. Stan Eldridge looks displeased. 1-0. Curveball down low. 2-0 now. There's definitely been a lot of heated discussions going on throughout the past couple of days between these two teams. Both these teams trying to win out and get into the playoffs. Concordia winning the whole thing. Fouled straight back 2-1. So the Kuiper started this game on the mound and did not appear in the lineup until the pitching change was made and he was moved to the outfield. 2-1. Curveball missed outside. 3 balls and 1 strike. A lot of home runs between these two teams as well, trying to show off the power. Inside. And it did hit him, apparently. The umpire did signal that it did hit him, so it's going to go down as a hit by pitch, even though it was way inside for ball 4. So runner at first after the home run with nobody out. And that's going to bring out head coach Zachary Johnson. He's going to make a pitching change. We're going to take a short break here on the LTU Sports Network. Into these, we're in the still in the bottom of the seventh inning. LTU adds on a run in the home run by Joel Sternman. Looking for more. Sam DeKuyper is aboard via the hit by pitch. New pitcher on the mound for the Cardinals is Ryan Patterson. Slow curveball is in there for a strike on Nick Olson. Patterson is a freshman left-hander. Shelby Township. That one's low and away, 1-1. Went to Lutheran Northern High School, and this is his third appearance, but he has only pitched 2/3 of innings total, giving up one unearned run and struck out one. Outside, 2 balls and 1 strike. So Zachary Johnston is definitely letting a lot of guys get their innings work in, but still while letting his offense maintain themselves. He's a 2-1. 3-1 now. Olson has walked, lined out the short, reached on an air, and has singled. Ball 4, so a hit batter and a walk after the home run by Sternman. 2 runners aboard with nobody out. That's going to bring up Jake Yanessa. Yanessa has been on base in all of his at-bats, 3 hits, and also been hit by a pitch. 2 singles and a double, and now looking to add on more to this lead. High and away for ball 1. Curveball is low and away, 2-0. More action starting in the Cardinals bullpen as Russell is out to talk to the young lefty. Still got a bit of way to go. This is a 9-inning second game and the last game to go on here in the final day of conference games. And a lot of tight games that have happened all the way around the league, the conference so far today. A lot of 9th-inning late rallies, some close rallies around as we finish out the month of April. Fly ball into center field. Brazelton drifts over. DeKuyper tags. He's going to go to third. Fro's going to come into second. Sacrifice by Yanessa moves up DeKuyper 90 feet, and there's 1 out. One out, runners at first and third for Rakowiak. Slow curveball is high and tight for ball 1. Rakowiak has singled, popped up to short, reached on an air, and is grounded out. Check on the runner at first. That ground out was actually when he tried to do a drag bunt, and it was a close play, but they did record the out. Another slow bender is in there for a strike. 1-1. High and tight again, 2 balls and 1 strike. The only one thing that has not gone well for Lawrence Tech this year is definitely just the amount of games played, as they will end the season with the least amount of conference games played at 29 this year. Chop foul, 2-2. Two games were postponed when they were supposed to face off against Indiana Tech earlier this year, and then one game was not finished against Cleary in a 4-game series. Everybody else will finish with 30-plus games. A high curveball, and it gets away. That's going to be a wild pitch. The Kuiper's trying to score, and he does. 12-7 now. That is the second run that LTU has scored on a wild pitch. Olsen moves up to second. Three-two. Waiting on that bender, pulls it foul. The two pitchers that are warming up in the bullpen for Concordia, Billy Blair and Brad Olsendorf. Low and in, ball four. So 2 walks in the inning and a hit batter have resulted in a lot of the base runners. And now it sets the stage again. Trent Reed. Reed has had a 3-run homer, and he's going to, and now Zachary Johnson is going to go to one of his right-handers in the bullpen. We will step aside again for another pitching change. Your new pitcher for the Cardinals is Brad Oltersdorf, the freshman right-hander out of Madison Heights, Michigan, went to Lanphier High School. Third appearance and 2 full innings of work. Deals to Trent Reed. Curveball down low for ball 1. Reed has the 3-run homer back in the first, has walked and came around to score. Popped up in an infield fly and has grounded out. 1-0. Into the hole, that's a base hit. They're going to wave home Olsen. Throw to the plate is cut off, and he scores. Back to second is Wakoviak. RBI single by Trent Reed, and it's now 13-7. Trent Reed with 4 RBIs in this game. Now Jason Earhart, 2 runners aboard still 1 out. Curveball down low for ball 1. Altersdorf has made 1 start this year. It was in basically an opening style role. Has given up 4 hits and 3 earned runs. Now make it 3 earned runs, 2 walks and 1 strikeout. Another one misses down low. A total ERA of over 13. That run will be charged to Ryan Patterson. The 2-0 pitch. Up the middle. And it eats up, and it gets through. Here comes Wachowiak. Reed goes to third. 14-7. The error by Markowitz. After being a very solid defender all day, Markowitz commits the error up the middle on a sure double play ball right there. And LTU catches another break. The lead is now doubled. Still 1 out, runners at the corners again for Logan Walker. Curveball is in there for ball inside. "14 runs on 15 hits for the Blue Devils. 3 errors committed by the Cardinals here in this game. They have 7 runs on 8 hits. That one misses outside. 2 pitches in which Jimmy Russell is taking his time to run the ball back to the pitcher. Probably having some discussions with the home plate umpire about those calls. The count is 2-0 on Walker. He has walked and flied out twice and grounded out. 3-0 now. Billy Blair continues to warm up in the bullpen for the Cardinals. Check on the runner at first. And that's Kellen Harding over there. Running for Jason Earhart. Trent Reed. In there for a strike, now 3-1. Hitter's count now for Walker. That's a line drive into the gap. Over is Brazelton. Dives into cab, make the catch. And squirts away. 1 run is in. Throw's going to go to second. Walker is in there. RBI double, and it's 15-7. Harding moves over to third. The lead is now up to 8. Out comes Stan Eldridge. It appears that he's going to take out Walker for a pinch runner. It looks to be Braden Lewis coming off the bench, and he will go run for Walker. So a good offensive turnaround here for LTU after dropping the first 3 games. 4 runs in the first, 1 run in the second, 1 run in the third, 4 runs in the sixth after the 3-run 6th inning by the Cardinals, and now a 5-run 7th inning. Now Kellen Banaszewski, the 9th hitter to come to the plate here. This inning started with a solo home run by Joel Sturman. He waits on deck. Curveball's in there for a strike. Banaszewski has singled grounded out, flied out, and has another single. It's inside. 1-1. That's a chopper. Gonna be a tough play. Markowitz on the run makes the play. Run does come home. 16-7. RBI for Banashevsky. Now LTU does bat around. Joel Sterneman, second AB of this inning. Lewis to third. Curveball in the outside corner for a strike. Six runs here in this seventh inning. 0-1. Down the line, it's a fair ball. Lewis scores. That's into the corner. And that's going to do it. The 10-run difference. LTU wins game 2 by a final of 17-7. And this is great because of the sweep by Indiana Tech over Cleary, record-wise. Lawrence Tech improving to 16 wins on the year, giving them a total record of 16-13. Cleary at 17-14 would basically put them as a better record for conference win percentage, and that would move them up one place into the 6th spot. So it's all up to the conference committee on how they do the math. So there is a chance. And it's a chance that everybody was hoping for. We all thought that they needed 2 wins, but there's a slim chance right now. So thank you for joining us on a great way to end the season. LTU with an offensive explosive, a 7-run 7th inning to get the 10-run lead, and they win it by a final of 17-7. Thank you for joining us on the LTU Sports Network. John Stowe signing off for now. We'll see you next time.